awesome C7 Corvette Z06s. Appreciate it. Oh, that's embarrassing, Mike. That's okay though. Howdy folks, you on the C Gonna Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of C Gonna Speed 252. As you guys can see, this is definitely a different background for me. And I'm out here in Texas visiting my friend Brink of Speed, as you guys can see. With the C8 Stingray right here, Captain America. We are actually in front of Corvette World. So, you know, Brink make all of the Corvette World videos, but I'm so jealous that I flew down here just to make a Corvette World video. I had to surprise him. It's like, yo, we're gonna do this Corvette World video. So, with that being said, we're about to walk into the showroom. We're about to see a bunch of C7 Corvettes, a lot of C8 Corvettes. And if you're in the market for one, you know, come down here and grab you one. So right now, we're about to walk into the showroom, see what they got going on, and let's see some of these awesome C7 Corvette Z06s. Appreciate it. Oh, that's embarrassing, Mike. That's okay though. I didn't know it was locked either. Oh man, look at this rapid blue C8 Corvette. Oh man, with the C Gonna Speed 252 key tags. Man, you guys gotta check that out. Go to my website, check out those C Gonna Speed 252 key tags. Those are super awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you for supporting the channel.
Shameless plug.
Yes, absolutely.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, my friend?
Feeling great.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to Texas.
I know, where everything is big. So give me a little bit of information about this C8 Stingray.
All right, so we got ourselves here a 2020. This is a rapid blue with adrenaline red 2LT Z51 convertible. We got ourselves a Trident gloss black wheel option with the black calipers, which is very nice on this car. This car did not have the carbon flash nacelle or roof panel off, so the previous owner took it upon himself to have it custom wrapped in a gloss black, hence why he left the camera uncovered. So that is his only modification. Other than that, it is bone stock. This car has 9,000 miles on it, and it is a standard Z51 suspension setup. It is no mag ride, and it does not have the front lift. So I guess you could consider this a plain Jane Z51 convertible.
Okay.
As you know, 2LTs give you all the mainline stuff, you know, the Bose Premium, the heated ventilated seats, your heads up, the navigation, PDR. So
right.
You got it where it counts. The biggest upgrade on this car really is, aside from it just being a convertible, is the wheels.
Okay.
It's nice on the car.
Okay.
And of course, it's rapid blue with red. Previous video, me and Mike talked about that. This was going to be the car he was going to order, but as you remember, this color was on back order.
That's correct.
And it came in, he ordered the white instead. And, as it turned out, that ended up being a good call.
Exactly, and I love the rapid blue.
Yeah, and I do too. I like it a lot. I hope this color sticks around for a while and inspires, like what Mike was talking about in a previous video, hopefully a bright green and maybe some other more exotic.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had a purple since the C5.
That's
It'd be nice to bring back a purple again.
So you're looking forward to a purple and green color?
I would, yeah, I would. If you remember, the Camaro had that Krypton green. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
Right.
I liked it. I think something like that would look good on this car. Maybe even keep it low production, low production. But it'd be nice to have something like that. It's nice for Corvette to step out once in a while, like the Lime Rock Green. I mean, that color is
That's true.
A huge cult following in the back, now.
That's true. I seen it the other day, but I mean, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Oh, really quick, yeah. So, I mean, you want to talk about one-year standouts. I mean, you make a unique color, and everybody remembers it for that color. Everybody remembers 14 for this color, because you can only get it at 14.
This is my first time seeing this color other than the last time I came in. I've never seen Chevrolet make this color before in my entire life.
Because they only made 1,333 of them, and they only did it 14. A lot of the people that were holding out, this may sound familiar, kind of what's going on right now, a lot of people holding out for the Z06 were waiting to order in that color. Well, anybody that may have been thinking about ordering a Zeus Bronze and the Z06, that ain't happening.
Right.
Gone. Color's gone. Same with the Shadow Gray and a few other colors. So, well, in the case of 14, everybody's like, well, I want to order this green in a Z06 and 15. Well, that didn't happen. This color didn't take off like they thought it would, so they ended up canning it after 1 year. So again, once again, another green came and went. and this is the last time Chevrolet did a green. So it'd be nice for them to do something like that.
I would like a brighter green for sure.
Yeah, and this is reminiscent of the polo green of the C4 and the I forget what they called it in the C5s.
Gotcha.
There was a green in the C5s. They had a purple in the C5s, and that color is very heavily coveted. It was a metallic light purple.
Okay.
I forget the exact name of it. I'll look it up in the black book later, so forgive me. My Corvette nerdiness failed me. But yeah, that it'd be nice to see a reprisal of a color like that.
Yeah, I agree. I know the new orange is supposed to be something close to the Lamborghini orange.
That's what they've been saying, you know. So there's obviously all we have right now is what they're showing on the internet with the the pre-production advertisement photos, but. Obviously, you know, Sebring orange was a fairly bright metallic orange, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with this one. Based on what I'm seeing, it seems like it's a little bit lighter in tone from what I'm seeing.
Seems like it, yeah, without the flaky.
Yeah, it's because they've been going lighter, because if you look at Inferno orange in 2011 through 13, that one was a darker metallic orange.
Right.
It was bright, but it was a darker bright.
Right.
And then they got lighter with the Sebring orange. You know, in between that, they've had the, as I call them, the copper oranges. You know,
that's true.
The sunrise orange, and before that, the sunset orange.
That's true.
So there's different options out there. So we're getting, what do they call it? We're getting caffeine, the coffee.
Yes. You mean
replacing the Zeus Bronze.
Yes, which they still somewhat look similar.
Yeah, and that's gonna. And I'm trying to think that you know, a lot of people forget the Zeus Bronze is the last time they did bronze was in the early C4s.
Okay.
They had a bronze at that time. It's funny, that color has a cult following now. I've had a lot of collector guys that love that color in the C4. So that's one of the really popular C4 colors. As I see, when we're all old men, and people are gonna be talking about that Zeus Bronze.
Yeah.
But yeah, caffeine is gonna be like a dark metallic brown, so that'll be interesting. They haven't done anything like that in a while. I think last time I remember production brown. And correct me if I'm wrong, all you nerdies out there. You know, the C3, like the 70s, they had a brown paint option back then. They had a different name for it, but that's what it was.
I genuinely, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, and don't take this offensively, but I feel like those three new colors they've added to the C8 list are somewhat similar to the ones they took away. And I mean, it looks somewhat similar.
It's conservative, but you know, the hope is, okay, Z06 is coming around. It's coming around the corner.
Right.
You know, maybe it'll do something more unique. Maybe it'll be a Z06 exclusive color. You know, that's something they haven't done. I don't remember when they've done an exclusive color for an extra like that, because they haven't. Usually, any color available with the upgrade, you know, cars have always been available in the regular line, in different levels of production.
Right.
A lot of people realize Carbon Flash. There were very few Carbon Flash 2012s in a regular coupe and convertible. Most of them were Grand Sports.
That's true.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. And I think they're feeling it out too. They got the new paint facility. Maybe they could change up the paint mixes faster now. And
hopefully,
maybe make just. For all we know, we may only get caffeine 2 years. We may only get the new orange 2 years, and we get another one, and we'll get another gray. We'll get another, you know, different blue. I mean,
one blue they shouldn't have gotten rid of is Laguna Blue.
A lot of people agree.
The Laguna Blue is just really nice.
We're talking about this car. Well, this is, you know, the Premier Edition color was a Lime Rock Green and a Laguna Blue. Well, Laguna Blue survived. It went all the way to 16. A lot of people wish they'd have kept it maybe another year longer. But remember, what came out in 17? The Grand Sport.
The Grand Sport.
The most traditional Grand Sport color, the Admiral Blue.
The Admiral Blue. That's true. That's true.
So I think that was the big reason. They really wanted the Grand Sport to make a splash, and it did.
It did. Oh yeah.
The collector's edition was definitely a throw out by going with that really bright interior.
Absolutely.
They hadn't done that in a long time.
That's
bright
true.
Interior like that. You'd have to go all the way back to the early 70s. Really,
That's true.
See something weird like that. And then you've got this one that it didn't make it. You know, so you figure. When in 17 they had to make a splash with something familiar to people. So if you think about it, they finally brought back that heritage package, stripes. So they wanted something traditional to go with it. Because, you know, let's face it, most Corvette people, myself included, are all about tradition.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Of course, for some people that goes into a hatred of the mid engine. No, I don't share that. I was opposed to it from the start because I was hoping that'd be the Cadillac XLR Generation 2, and they keep hitting Corvette front engine, but. They've exceeded all my expectations. They blew it out of the park with this. So, like everybody,
absolutely.
For the Z06 release.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. But change a pace on things. They should get more exotic with the colors. Why not?
I agree.
What's the worst going to happen? They make a color, it doesn't sell well. They just get rid of it.
Like
Krypton Green, it lasted a year or two with the Camaro, and it's gone. gone.
Yep.
It came and it went. So if it sells, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, how do you find out? Do it.
Do it.
Give it a shot. What do you have to lose? Try something you do.
Yeah, I agree.
If it doesn't sell, then GM will be like, well, see, we do it and nobody buys it.
That's true.
It's up to you, the consumer, to buy it.
That's true. That's absolutely. I was telling Mike today, as we were sitting behind this C8 Corvette in the drive, I was like, man, I really can't believe Chevrolet decided to go mid-engine with this, because they've been front engine for so many years. I mean, front engine forever, pretty much up until this point.
Exactly.
And then, like, it's one of those things where, like, they really did do a number on this car. Like, it was the #1 selling car for a long time. So I'm really excited that they actually decided to go this direction.
Right. And that's a great step, and it's a very light color. I'd say this color is definitely getting a lot more love than most blues I've seen in a while. I mean, at least since Laguna. And there's always people that have their color.
That's true.
I haven't seen an excitement since the Laguna blue that I'm getting on this blue.
That's true.
And because we get a lot of events through here, there's always people out there that love that Admiral blue. They love the Elkhart blue, but but most people are like, okay. This one, wow.
Right.
Even the people like with yellow, same problem with yellow. There's people that I would never own one, but damn it, it's it.
Right. That's true.
That's the symptom. This
That's true.
color. People are like, man, that's something I would own. It looks like too much of a toy car to me, but damn it, it's cool.
Right.
And you get that.
Right. And unfortunately, my concern with this is I really love this rapid blue, but I was just telling Mike earlier that we saw a Mustang that was also rapid blue, and I saw a Toyota RAV4 that was also rapid blue.
Well, if you think about it.
Because it now makes this, it takes away from the exotic appeal of what this car has.
Well, that's like the reds, okay. They can write a book that all Corvettes are red, right?
Right.
But what was the very first Corvette? It was actually white.
Right, that's true.
But red was the interior. So,
right.
You can argue that a lot. I mean, what is Ferrari's dominant color? Red. Well, Corvette's dominant color since I've been here, I've been selling these things, is by far torch red.
Right.
Torch red, which has been around the majority of the past 40 years of red, in various forms. And they took a little break with Victory Red in the C6.
Right.
I mean, either way, that fire engine red, as it's often referred to, has been the mainstay seller of both Ferrari and Corvette, and frankly, the Viper.
True.
I don't want to say, Lamborghini probably not. Lamborghini, I think, notice is usually, darker colors.
They do darker colors,
I traditionally, as a kid, knew the Countach is mostly either being silver or black.
Yep.
So, I mean, they went a different route. So, we can say what we want. I mean, it's nice they stretch into something different. But the reality is the flagship colors will always be. And as you can see, I've got the perfect 3 choice right there.
That's true. The American flag. Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, it's because the top selling colors for the Corvettes are red, white, and black.
Yeah, exactly. So, And it's the funniest thing down here. People ask me, especially since a lot of viewers are up in the Northeast and South, they say, well, the black cars sell well down here in the South? The answer is yes, they do. Yes, it's hot. Yes, black is typically hotter in the sun, although once it gets over 100, it really doesn't seem to matter. It's always hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference is, will the leather burn your ass or not, so... it's hot, no matter what. But yeah, black does sell very well down here. Black, since I've been here and selling them, I'd say it's still a solid 3. Although gray down here, since I've been selling Corvettes, gray is very popular, very close.
Really?
To 4th. Because the grays, the metallic grays in the 7th generation were so good. I mean, you had 5 of them.
Wow.
You had Cyber Gray, you had Shadow, you had Shark Gray, you had Watkins Glen, and the ceramic. So you've got 5 different grays throughout the generation, and the fact that they crammed in 5 grays in a generation, why couldn't they cram in maybe 5 or 6 different blues? Right. Throw in a purple or a green.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, GM. Yeah, we're talking to you. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to see a reprisal of. I would like to see some old colors come back. Like I would love to see Carlisle blue come back in this generation.
Oh yeah.
Carlisle blue 2012 is stupidly popular, even more than Sterling blue, which is another 1-year color. Carlisle blue, we got them in. Speaking of Corvettes and Carlisle, Carlisle blue. My God, every time we get one in, gone. It don't last a day. It's gone. Wow. Infernal orange C6. That color, because that color was definitely popular. Low production, fairly, so every time we get one in, it's gone.
It's very popular.
The rarest CR1 C6 was an Infernal Orange. They only made 7 of them in 13. Wow. So, and we had one once. Wow. And it sold for big money because it was so rare. Yeah. But anyway, get back. Sorry, a lot of history in this video. And nerding out here. But You got your, just like Mike's interior, virtually identical.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've realized one thing that stands out, it doesn't have front lift.
Yes. You can always tell. People say, okay, how can you tell things from this without digging through build sheets? Well, there's always these little things you can look for. You can always tell a 2LT by a heads-up display. You can always tell a Z51 by the brakes. That's in the 7th and the 8 and the 7. You have the slotted rotors in the 8. You always got the logo.
Yep.
So, you know, unless somebody did some custom work, you'll always have that logo there.
Right.
You can't trust the spoiler because everybody and their brother is adding spoilers to non-Z51s.
Correct.
Not that I blame them. It looks good. But you can always trust the brakes. The front lift, you can always tell if you get the try buttons. If you look at there, the mode selector,
yep.
So you only got 2 buttons there. So if you don't have front lift, you don't have that 3rd button, that little one in the middle. Now, magnetic ride, obviously, you know, unfortunately, that's not something you can tell on any exterior. The only way to tell on a convertible is to physically dig up the actual build information.
Right.
You know, because in the coupes and in the C7s, you can always just pop the hood and look. Well,
can't pop the hood on
this one, unfortunately. So, and you can't really, you know, see in there either. You know, it's even if you get a light in there, as you can see, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah. Not much in there. So you're pretty much SOL on that. You're going to have to physically dig up the build. But the easiest way to tell if a car had magnetic ride, if you drive it, is throw in tour mode, go down a road, and then throw in track. And if it starts feeling every pebble and bump on the road, well, you know it's got mag ride.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm actually looking forward to kind of doing a little bit of my own review on this because my car pretty much has everything, like 2LT. It just don't have a 3LT, but it has everything else, and it does have magnetic ride. So this will be my first time driving a car that is Z51 without magnetic ride and without the high lift.
Yeah, and people ask me, okay, well, where does this feel in relation to the magnetic ride? Well, just like the 7th generation, the closest will be sport mode. And it's very close to the way it feels in sport mode. It's not 100% the same, but it's pretty close.
Gotcha.
But you will notice that, you know, where in the magnetic ride, you definitely have more of that rails feel because it's adjusting that suspension as you turn.
Right.
This one here is old school. It's independent, and you know, it'll have a consistent feel once you get used to it, but it's not going to adjust. So you're going to have more of that kind of like, man, I wish it was stiffer here, or this kind of thing. You know, that's one thing you have to live with. But again, is it detrimental? No. If anything, maintenance down the road is going to be cheaper. If anybody asks me, what is the plus side of not having magnetic ride? Well, if you plan to keep the car for the rest of your life, you won't have to do an expensive shock fix later.
That's true.
Not that you may have to, because the good thing is we're already having C7s now turn up in the service department over 100,000 miles with stock mag rides that are still good. So, I mean, if you take care of the car, it'll take care of you. But they are wearable items, and they do have a tendency to be expensive when they go. So these are no exception. So a non-mag ride car, if you're thinking maintenance or simplicity, it's easier.
Good point.
It's cheaper. And it's you know, it's one less thing to worry about.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so there's upsides and downsides. You weigh your options, and it's nice to have a choice. GM gives us a choice. Right. You know, so some cars you don't have that choice. So
that's true. That's true.
Wow. So, have you been in the convertibles before? Obviously, been around these.
I've been around them, so I'm kind of curious to see what the non-magnetic Z51 feels like. Also, with the top coming down, I guess 35 miles per hour is the fastest you can go with the top. 30. To
my knowledge, it's always been 30. Every time I've done it, I've exceeded 30. It's alerted me.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm curious, interested in seeing all those features and as compared to a coupe and a convertible.
Yeah, and it's cool. And also, and might as well cover that too, since everybody's always asking the noise level.
Yep.
Since this is a hard top, I find that there's virtually very little, if any, difference between the coupe and this when the windows are all rolled up and everything's closed.
Okay.
They're very, very close, almost indistinguishable. The only thing I've ever noticed is that you might have a little bit, it's hard to describe it, maybe a little bit more sensation of vibration through this because it's not as solid.
Right.
Just because you have parts in here, versus, the coupes, it's just single frame pieces.
Correct.
But that's if you really, really are trying to fight hard.
Right.
You don't even think about it.
Makes sense.
And I'm just throwing that out there as somebody who's, that's my living. I do this for a living. I make an effort to try to find out what is different.
Right.
Since I've been driving these, it is so indistinguishably small of a difference, you wouldn't even notice.
Gotcha.
Now, dropping the top versus the target top, they're very close there too, because you got the humps, you got the spider humps as they're often referred to. So you don't have a full open back area like you did in the previous generations.
Right.
So it's not even that different to that either. So they're fairly close there too. It's more of about convenience factor. It's so convenient. And some people really love this nacelle roaster look.
I do. I do.
It's different. You sacrifice being able to see the engine, but you gain this very unique look. And with this being a hardtop, you don't have to buy a roll cage to track it now.
Right.
You can physically just put this up and go to a track race and nobody cares.
Right.
So that is a convenience factor for somebody who's a roadster guy or a convertible guy.
Yeah, that's true. And how convenient it is to push the button, because I'm actually considering getting a convertible for the Z06 if I can afford it, obviously, because I mean $7,500 is a lot of extra money compared to buying a coupe. And
again, with this like this, you're not going to lose on the performance side,
right?
And the weight difference is fairly small.
Right, absolutely.
In fact, it's very small. So you can go that route. The only downside is the opposite.
The extra dough.
It's more money.
Yep. But
it's unique. It's cool, and I think they're gonna have a lot of consumers on convertibles for the next.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So that's it for this video. I wanted Robert to kind of give you some details on this C8 Corvette, the colors, and definitely this special green over here, because I never seen it before. It was my first time. So once again, guys, if you're your first time stopping by the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of the community. I know today. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely come out and check out some of these awesome Corvettes if you're interested in buying one. And the merch. Go to SeeGonTheSpeed252.com. Buy one of those awesome key tags. I'm telling you right now, they're definitely affordable. Great material, great brand. Thank you so much for your support on the channel. Right now, I'll holler at you guys later.